Hey guys, welcome back to the Goss. And this is where we talk about everything to do with founder dilemmas and just things that we've dealt with as founders of ReShape Co as well. Today, I thought I'd be, turning down the juice a little bit and asking a little bit more intellectual questions.
Boo.
Oh, yeah. No, but okay, this is what I wanted to ask you guys. Do you guys think that hustle culture is toxic? And just what are your general sort of thoughts around it? Do you think you embrace it? And do you think it's not such a bad thing? So yeah, I guess that's sort of what I wanted to ask.
Hmm.
I don't
I
mind.
mean,
Yeah, I have quite a bit to say to this as well. Shit. Who wants to go first?
Go for it. Go for it.
go for it, yeah.
I don't know. I feel like, um, you know, there's so many motivational speakers nowadays who are like, you have to be as productive as you can in 24 hours of a day. Like wake up at 5 a.m. and then do blah 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 blah. But like, I just feel like that doesn't take into account everyone's personal lives. Simply because like everyone lives and differently. Everyone takes life differently. So like, what's hustle for you might not be hustling for another person. Like for another person, they might be most productive at night. So they might like wake up at 12 and then sleep at 1 a.m. where they're most productive from 5 p.m. to 1 a.m. So like that's the thing. Like I feel like the hustle culture is so like it is good. Everyone should hustle to get to the goals, but I feel like it's also outdated. It's not adapted to how we live nowadays. So yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think like one of the most important things for me, and I've thought about this like a lot in life, is that like how people like constantly say, "I hustle till you're 30," and then you can like if you hustle
Yeah,
enough
live.
till you're 30, then
Yeah,
after that you don't have to hustle. Like if you get into that mindset like full on, then you're never gonna stop hustling
exactly.
because you're always like,
Yeah.
oh, okay, if I just hustle till 35, then I'll reach this stage. If I hustle till 40, I'll reach this stage.
Stage. Yeah.
And I just feel like for me, if I'm not enjoying life as I'm building my own, like if I'm not enjoying the life that I'm building for myself as I'm building it, then it's not going to be a sustainable.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was gonna say. I was like, like this hustling mind culture is like based on the fact that you're doing work to get you money, like to make yourself successful. But like success is different for different people. Yeah, maybe they're doing something that doesn't give them a lot of money, but they're doing something that they enjoy, and for them that's no longer hustling, but just doing work that they like. You know,
Yeah.
so
So a good
I
friend of
think
mine, Nikita, just like sort of wrote an article about this, about hustle culture and things like that, which is what sort of sparked the question. And she was talking a lot about how we as a generation are sort of expected to have this sort of impact-driven outlook on everything that we do. So why is that the case? Like why is it that is it because of the economy and like the situation that surrounds it, the climate change factors that plays in, or is it just a hardwired thing? So yeah, sorry, John.
yeah, amigo.
Yeah, no, I was saying that to a certain extent, I guess like the hustle culture is like glorified. Like you do feel if you if you're at this stage, you're like, yeah, I'm working like this, or I'm working these hours, or like whatever. You feel like you're being hardworking and like you're, I guess, like proving up, not proving a point, but you're like, okay, fine, I'm doing more than required or more than like people around me. So again, like, yeah, I don't think that's healthy, like if it's with that mindset
Yeah,
in terms of like, okay, yeah, like this is what I'm supposed to do and things like that. But I think if you think about it, all of us are hustling. Like the fact that we
true.
have reshape, that's hustling, and we're doing added hours. I think the difference is
Yeah,
that like if you really enjoy like what you're doing, and if you're doing it more for like the passion than just like the hustle of it, then I
yeah,
guess it's healthy. And I think it's also balancing like things other than just work. So if you're able to incorporate like a social life or your family life plus like your work, then I guess like hustling is fine. I think I honestly think it's based on like the mindset of like how you're taking like approaching the work ethic. Like if it is only like, oh my god, I need to make $1 million by the age of like 23, and like I'm gonna work and like burn myself out till I do that, that's obviously not healthy and it's not gonna last. And then like what Anuj said, that like it's not gonna stop at like 30, it's gonna
yeah.
get pushed at 35, then you are gonna be like, oh, I want $10 million by the age of 25. Like, it's not gonna like stop. So like, but if you go with the idea of like just working, because I think again, like we are young and this is a time where like we learn the most. So personally, I would want to hustle and make the most of it and like grow as a person while working. Like I again, not in an unhealthy fashion where I work like 20 hours a day, but like more that if I have to work like 15 hours a day, I'm okay with that for a few like days a week, a few months in like a year, just because I'm learning. But again, like if it's hampering my health, like if it's like, oh, I don't get enough sleep, or if I don't do, like if I'm not eating or like things like that,
Yeah,
then again, that's an impact. So I think it's mindset, and it's like if you have some sort of a balance, then working like again, I guess like yeah, if it's like if you're working hard, then that's not a bad thing. Like
Yeah,
then I would say go hustle. Like that's fair.
yeah.
And
Also,
So
honestly,
one
like
yeah,
all of
go
us
on.
are hustling. That's just like one thing. Like we can't come on here being like, oh, like hustling is not the best while we do all of that. So
I mean, this
like
is hustling right now, like what we're
no, but
exactly.
like
doing.
honestly, but that's a difference. So like it's like it's like you guys said, like it's the unhealthy part. Like, because I feel like there's such a there's a standard when it comes to hustling. Whenever we think about hustling, we think about people who wake up early morning and then bang out every single hour of the day, efficiency, efficiency, efficiency. But then, like, and then the thing with that is, if for example, if you see a person that's doing that properly, and then you feel like shit, you compare yourself, and then that's that's when you like get yourself down. You're like, shit, I'm not making most of my time, and then you feel like shit for a whole day, and then that keeps going on like a cycle. So like that's what I don't like. So
I just think that, like, for me, the like it goes back to one specific thing that Janvi said, which was like when I get off work, or even sometimes, like, maybe probably shouldn't say this, but during work, um, if I quickly look towards, like, like
Deloitte.
the content creating or whatever,
Oh my god.
um, is it's just like, I don't consider it work, right? Like, it's so creative, and it's quite different to the work that I do at my job. And like, I just feel like I like in the evenings also, like whenever I'm doing like random content creation for ReShape, it's just a lot of fun. Like, and like we started having a lot of fun with it as well. Like, yesterday
Yeah,
with the
the
entire
comics and everything. Yeah,
blog we did with Cambridge, and then the comics, and yeah, like if you just have fun with it, then it doesn't, like, then I don't think of myself as like hustling, even though I am in a way. Like, it's just
yeah,
like
Yeah,
literally loving what you do, doing what you love, kind of thing.
yeah,
Yeah,
I,
just to add on, sorry, just to add on that part was that like yeah, like how you said that it's different from what we do. So technically it's like breaks. Like this is nothing in comparison to what I do at my day job. Like it's poles apart. So like it kind of breaks it off, and I guess that's why we don't feel like the hustle, because like every whatever we are doing, like what the other part of it is very different from what reshape is. And I think
mm,
that that's why like we find it as a break rather than like this thing. But again, if it was like those like, if so on average if you work like 15 hours in total including work and reshape, if
mm.
all those 15 hours were one thing, then the
Yeah. That would be
hustle or the breaking point would be different compared to like
yeah.
doing like two things. I think that again,
Yeah.
now I think that's personal, like personal opinion on like personal experience, but maybe that would be the reason why like the hustle doesn't like hit my head, I guess. But yeah.
yeah. So as
Fair
the
enough.
hustler in chief, I will
Or
speak to. So for those that don't understand Malayalam, that means
I just
he said
yeah.
get
So
lost, dog.
yeah, pretty much. Pretty much.
Anyways, so yeah, it's an interesting one because I was very much that person for a bit, the one that was waking up quite early and like trying to do
Oh yeah,
things
guys.
efficiently.
FYI, this guy made me feel like dirty in first year of YouTube, in first year of LSE. Because you know what? I meet him the first time, yeah. I meet him the first time for lunch. I think we having pizza. He goes like, "Yeah, bro, what are you doing with your life?" I was like, "Bro, I'm still trying to figure out like what to do." This guy's like, "Yeah, bro, I've applied for like 10 spring weeks. I'm waiting to hear this back." I'm like, "Spring weeks?" I'm like,
Yeah,
"Shit."
well, fun fact, he's the one with the graduate job and I'm not. So it really does not matter what you do in your spring weeks for the first years listening.
That's a good
But
point.
yeah, so I mean, with hustle, the whole thing, I get, I don't like the hustle hype, which is essentially, what you said, sort of, you have to have this fixed idea of it. I do think everyone hustles, especially in our generation,
Yeah,
especially given the rise of like the passion economy and things like that. People are trying to monetize the things that they're good at, and outside of work, there almost everyone has got like one other thing going on, whether it's like content creating or something like that. Someone's always, I mean, always doing something other than just work. So the way I think about it is, what are my goals? What are my priorities? How does that weigh up versus sort of the extent of time that I want free right now, versus like, like how that weighs up against where I want to reach and how much effort it takes to reach there, right? So the fact is that if in 10 years I want to build a company that goes to IPO level, it it does kind of take you to be hustling quite a lot. And I
100%.
think
Yeah.
that different tasks that go into hustling take up different amounts of time. So in a CEO role that I do with the crowdfunding thing, I find myself oftentimes speaking to a lot of people, and that takes up quite a lot of time. So like speaking to industry leaders and stuff like that, getting their support on board. But it's not exactly hard coding something. It's not that kind of hustle. Whereas for a more technical person, hustling is like coding away like 12 hours straight, or like something like that. So we both find reward in those different things, in the sense that I enjoy speaking to people. I enjoy learning from new people's experiences, the things that they've done in their life, because we're young, we're naive, we don't always know the roadblocks ahead. And whereas my CTO, on the other hand, she enjoys like coding and like creating great code. So that's the other piece, right? So I wouldn't, for me personally, I would never say hustle culture is toxic, because I believe it's sort of it inspires me towards something, but I don't take it literally. Like I don't have to do everything exactly the way that some other person I aspire to
Person
be
should,
like
yeah.
someday
Yeah.
does. So in that sense, I think it actually sets me on a sort of more productive path, because in 10 years from now, will I regret the amount of hours that I'm putting in right now into something? I think that's the way I look at it, and I don't, and I won't. Is sort of, because I would have just said I tried. If it didn't work out, I failed, but I learned a lot. So yeah.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, even I agree in terms of like, yeah, I don't think it's overhyped. I mean, I do think it's overhyped, but I wouldn't not hustle. Like I
Yeah.
think that it's like, again, what I mentioned was the mindset, so there's no point of repeating. But what I mean is that yeah, like I would still do it. I think but it's just like balance it all. Like if hustle means that there's no balance, then I guess no. But like if hustle means that just like working hard and like working towards what you want in a faster pace, fair enough. I think this is the time to do it. And this is a time where you don't even have responsibilities. You don't have like, it's just you, which means that you can do whatever you want. You can like
You can make
try,
mistakes,
you
yeah.
can risk
True.
a thing. Yeah, you can make mistakes. Like it's the time, so why not? But again, it's
Yeah.
personal choice. Like if you don't want to, you don't have to. Like I don't think,
Yeah,
I think
that's
if
the
you
thing. There's
do
no
it,
standard here. Like
yeah,
do what you think is like your hustling is for you. So
exactly. And I don't think like if you're doing it because you're pressurized by people around you, then that's wrong.
that's wrong.
Like
Exactly.
yeah,
That's yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not doing it because people are like, I mean, I think like the people around me also inspire me to do certain things, but the reason why I'm doing what I'm doing is not because other people around me are hustling. It's more just like, okay, I want
For
to do
yourself.
it. I want to,
Yeah.
yeah, exactly. And I think that's like that's healthy. But if it is like, oh my god, like I see like Joel Gokulanaj doing this, they are working 20 hours, why am I not working 20? I need to do that. Then
Yeah,
that's
I know.
like, but
But
yeah, I
like,
guess not the comparison part.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, I think it's super interesting, and I think a lot of people need to realize that no matter what you're doing in your life, it's just like, don't deep it to the extent that like you're comparing yourself. I think everyone has their own path and their own destination. So I don't think everyone needs to be an entrepreneur. Everyone doesn't need to like do a 15-hour day or whatever. Like if you want to chill at the beach and just like have some fun with your friends, because what you value the most right now in your life is that, then do that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah,
Guys,
that
welcome to
was
TEDx by Joel. Sorry, Joel and TEDx.
literally, come on.
Mm.
I
And
just can't even.
I also think it's not either or. Like all of
Yeah,
us also have like a social life. Like we're also
yeah,
chill.
yeah.
Like it's not that we're not.
Okay. Thank you guys. That was really interesting. And yeah, I just hope everyone takes away the positives from this and really, just gives it their all in whatever they feel passionate about. Thank
Yeah.
you for coming to our
Thank
Goss talk.
you.
Yeah. Slash TED
Bye.
Talk.
Bye.
Record
Okay.
Oh,
this.
by the way, your
So I'm
fresh
asking,
haircut's looking mad. I like it.
you're talking about me?
Yeah.
Whoever
Oh,
had a haircut.
what?
Oh, he gets quite surprised when we give him a compliment. So yeah,
Compliment.
fair
Yeah.
enough.
I know, I know, I
Yesterday,
know. I'm not
yesterday in
used to this.
Cambridge, we decided that you are always gonna be our target, and we shall only make fun of you.
Wow. This is why I'm going to be the first one to leave.
I see Sheen getting 6,000 subscribers in 1 week. Why am I not getting?
Dude, hey, I started in January. I got 97, bro. This girl got 4K in like 1 week. I don't know.
Oh god.
And I'm
Yeah.
not saying we're the like optimal
What do you
of
do for
like
fun?
hustler. What do I do for fun?
Yeah, what's
Wait,
the
wait,
other
wait,
side
wait,
of the
wait.
hustler got?
Also, yeah, I'm just
Yeah, no,
thinking
no.
that our clothes are exactly the same. The setting is exactly the same. Like people don't know.
Right. Now they
If
know
people
me.
do watch and
You want to
notice enough,
change?
they'll know between 2 weeks.
You
Do
want
we
to
change?
change?
I don't know. Should we?
Yeah, let's do quickly.
Okay, go for it. Yeah, I have to change my full setting also, guys. I'm really dedicated to this.
This guy put a jacket. Shut up.
Yeah.
He literally just put a jacket on.
Yeah, but I changed
And
my
I'll
full
see.